given up other family members who were not members of our churches. That doesn't mean you don't grieve. You still grieve. And we want to include your memories in this service as well. So I'm just going to give you a quick moment. If there's someone in your family, especially family, I was going to say a close friend or what have you, but somebody over whom you're grieving, just to stand and say that person's name and the relationship. And that's all we'll have time to let you do. Just give that person's name and your relationship, and we'll include them in our service as we certainly endeavor to be sympathetic with you also. All right, Sister Lonnie?
My brother-in-law, Adam,
All right.
my auntie, Ella Mason, passed away in May.
My mother-in-law, Lucille Moore, and my sister-in-law, Norman West.
All right. Well, the Lord bless you. And I know that others have experienced losses, but you did not desire to stand. That's all right. We're remembering you in prayer also. No, the Lord is a comforter.
Yes, he is.
He is one who is concerned with everything that touches our hearts. His heart is touched. And so we bring these other names and memories before the Lord as well as the church. All right. We'll have the resolutions now coming from our churches. We'll begin with the host church. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. Lord bless you. All right. Sister Ward, for those of the church.
Today, we pause to celebrate the homegoing and memory of our sisters and brothers in Christ as we pay tribute to those who have gone on before us this conference year. Resolutions will be read in the order that they heard the master call. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. 2 Corinthians 5:1. First, Trustee Arnita Wesley was called from labor to reward, September the 30th, 2018. She was watching and waiting, already prepared to be her Savior. Trustee Wesley had accepted the Lord in her youth. She joined the Star of Bethlehem Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness in 1938 under the leadership of the late Bishop W.S. Saunders when the church was located on 2nd Street. Trustee Wesley held many offices in the church. She was a board member for the annual conference, trustee, a member of the senior, mass, and pastor choir. She served as a church reporter, chairman of the anniversary committee, and chairman of Loyalty Month, a position she started in 1969 when the late Bishop Raymond Ross Sr. as pastor and held this position for 40 years. She was a faithful, dedicated servant of God, working unturnedly in church. Trustee Wesley rejoiced in the God of her salvation in songs and dance. She was a real soldier in the army of the Lord. Thank you, Lord, for her touching our lives in such a positive way. To God be the glory for the things He has done. Brother Richard Wilson heard the Savior say, "Come unto me, and I will give you rest for your soul." November 2nd, 2018. He accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior in his youth and joined the Star under the leadership of the late Reverend E.L. Wallace when the church was located on Illinois Street. He was a great provider for his wife and family. Brother Wilson possessed a pleasant and friendly personality and would always greet you with a smile. He knew that the joy of the Lord was his strength as he pressed his way to church in his latter years and still prayed to God for his salvation. And he was determined not to let nothing separate him from the love of God. He pressed for the mark of the prize of the high calling, which was in Christ Jesus. Brother Wilson was one of the lead singers for the senior choir, and for a short while was a member of the Star of Bethlehem choir. He loved to sing God's praises, but singing Zion's songs was his joy. And now he has a brand new song to sing. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. Early in the morning, my song shall rise to thee. Sister Jackie Morgan Harris confessed a hope in Christ. She heard the voice of Jesus call, "Lie down, thy weary one, lie down, thy head upon my breast." April the 11th, 2019. She, along with her sisters, Joyce and Joquetta, joined the Star of Bethlehem Baptized Pentecostal Church of Holiness, April the 28th, 2008, under the leadership of Bishop Raymond Ross Jr. She had learned from her grandmother, aunt, that church was a good place to be. Sister Paris was a loving mother to her children, a devoted sister, and a good friend to many. Sister Paris was not able to attend church because of circumstances beyond her control. She was meek, kind, and an humble person. Sister Paris is greatly missed by her family and friends. There is no night without a dawn, but there will be a brighter tomorrow. Softly and tenderly, Jesus called Sister Linda Evans. She answered the call June the 16th, 2019. She said, "Here I stand. Precious Lord, take my hand and lead me on." She confessed her hope in Christ at the age of 12 and joined the Star under the pastorate of the late Reverend E.L. Wallace when the church was located again on Illinois Street. Sister Evans was committed and a willing worker of the church, wearing many hats, former church secretary, member of the First Youth Choir, usher, member of the pastor's aide, anniversary committee, and the women's support group. Her joy was being a cook and kitchen helper for the church, and she also made special treats for the members on special occasions. Whatsoever her hands found to do, she did it with all her might. After marrying the late Reverend George W. Evans Sr., she became a member of the pastor of Scott United Methodist Church, supporting her husband, but she still attended the Star. After his death, she returned to her home church, working faithfully in the service of the Lord. Sister Evans loved to praise his holy name and rejoice in the Spirit. She had that special walk. Her battle has been fought, and her victory has been won. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. We thank the Lord for all of their contributions, their labors of love and support the saints gave to the Star and its pastor. We should forever love and keep their special memories in our hearts. Gone to be with the Lord, but never forgotten until we meet on God's celestial shore. Amen. Someday I'll see the mansion of Heaven's City Fair. Someday I will greet with pleasure the dear ones waiting there. Someday I'll hear the voices of God's angelic throne. Someday I'll join the saints in heaven's immortal song. Someday I'll see the Savior and know him face to face. Someday receive unmeasured the blessings of his place. Someday he'll smile upon me from the white throne above. Someday I'll know the fullness of his unfailing love, forever with the Lord. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I submitted Star Bethlehem Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness, Pastor Bishop Reverend Ross Jr., Secretary Sister Alice Beckman.
August the 4th, 2019, Lexington, Kentucky. Blessed are the dead who died in the Lord, that they may rest from their labors and the Lord's calling them. Revelations 14:13. No matter what your trials are, or how big your mountain seems, the Lord is there to see you through. He'll go to all extremes. So if your cross is hard to bear, and you know not what to do, the one who loves you most of all will be there to see you through. We, the members of the Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness in Louisville, Kentucky, wanted the family in Tennessee to know that our hearts were with them as they gathered to bid a Christian goodbye to a special lady, Sister Susie Brazelton, the mother of our own Bridget Kimbrough. We knew that their loss was deep and that their sorrow was great, but we wanted them to know that we shared in their sorrow. But more importantly, we recognized this loss was heaven's gain. Sister Susie Brazelton, also known as Granny Susie, was a reverent woman of prayer who loved the Lord, a very loyal and faithful person who served her family to follow her example. She loved her church and church family in Tennessee very much, and she knew that they all loved her. Due to circumstances beyond her control, she had to relocate to Louisville, Kentucky. She let it be known that she did not want to be out of the ark of safety, so on July the 1st, 2012, she united with the Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness under the leadership of Bishop Walter Jones Jr. under watch care. She served faithfully with her attendance and financial contributions. Sister Brazelton was a very special person to all of us. When church services were over, she did not just walk out the door. She always made sure she got to the pastor to offer encouraging words. Sister Brazelton was soft-spoken and very loving and caring. She had a very sweet spirit, and every time you saw her, she always had a kind word. She also had such a beautiful smile. She was a sharp dresser from head to toe. Her memory will forever be in our hearts, for she has touched so many lives. Sister Susie Brazelton will be greatly missed and remembered by the Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness for her faithfulness, kindness, humbleness, and meekness. God looked around his garden and found the empty place. He then looked down upon the earth and saw her tired face. He put his arms around her and lifted her to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. He knew that she was suffering. He knew she was in pain. He knew that she would never get well on this earth again. He saw the road was getting tough and the hills were hard to climb. So he closed her weary eyelids and whispered, "Peace be to him." It broke our hearts to lose her, but she didn't go alone. For part of her went with us the day God called her home. Sister Carol Ann Smith Deadweiler, united with the Baptist Pentecostal Church of Holiness in 1962. She was a very faithful member. She was a very caring and lovable person. She was always concerned about others. If anyone was sick at home, the hospital, or anywhere, you could always count on Carol Ann to be there offering her assistance. That was her passion, caring for others. She used to brag about her very first job, which was being a candy striper, and she was very proud of that job and took it seriously. Carol Ann was a very friendly person, like her brother Gary. She never met a stranger. When you saw her, she would give you that beautiful smile of hers along to be hugged. She loved her family and her church family very much, and we all loved her. Carol Ann was very adamant about the correct spelling of her name. One day she said to me that she sure wished they would spell her name right. They always have a spell wrong on the programs. And I let her know that, hey, I was there. I'm the person spelling it incorrectly. She said that her name had 2 R's and 2 L's. So from that day on, I made sure I spelled it correctly on everything. Caroline had a beautiful singing voice. She was one of the famous Smith sisters singing. She also was a former member of the youth choir and the senior choir, which is now known as the Vision Choir. Caroline was also known as the Queen of the Tambourines. I don't care what song was playing, if it needed that tambourine sound, she had it. I'm surprised she never busted a hole in one when she was young. She was also blessed with the gift of playing the piano, but she just played recently and did a great job. She still had it. Caroline had a lot of favorite songs, but one of them in particular was one that she used to sing with the Smith sisters, and it was I'm One of Them Today. Meaning that she was one of those Christians the song he was talking about. Another favorite song of hers was Don't Wait Till the Battle Is Over, led by her Katie sister Mama. She did not wait till the battle was over to shout. She knew in the end she was going to win, and when the battle was over, she was going to go home to be with the Lord. Another song was I Won't Complain, led by her big sister Fanny. She did not complain. If you asked her how she was doing, she would say, I'm doing fine. Another song says, I just can't give up now, which she never did give up because she knew the Lord was with her on the way. Caroline read her Bible often. She had several scriptures that she enjoyed reading, but her favorite scripture was Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. She knew that was where her strength came from, and she could do nothing without Christ. Caroline was also a member of the Pastor's Aid Club and the Senior Citizens Group. She always enjoyed the activities and fellowships that we had when we all got together. I have this point for Caroline. Please don't cry for Caroline. It's not the thing to do. Be happy for her remembering the time she has spent with you. Try not to be sad, try not to be blue, because Caroline loved and will miss all of you. And though her earthly life has come to an end, her eternal life with God will now begin. For in this time of sorrow there must be jubilation, because Caroline has gone home to be with God. And that's truly a celebration. One more now. Sister Tony Kim visited with the Baptist Pentecostal Church of Oakland for several years before she founded United with the Church. On November the 22nd, 2012, Sister Tony realized that she needed to be under the ark of safety, so she united with the church and was a very dedicated and faithful member, and been a dedicated and faithful member ever since. Sister Tony was very faithful in attendance in spite of her illness, having been in church service only a few days before she was called home to be with the Lord. Her courage in the face of adversity was an inspiration to the church and all who knew her. She was a very caring, giving, and lovable person, which is probably why she chose to become a registered LPN. When you saw Sister Tony, she would always have such a beautiful smile. She was very friendly, got along with every morning. When she attended church, she had a favorite seat that she liked to sit in. And she was a very foxy dresser from head to toe, including a different color eyeglass frames. She really loved her church family, and we all loved her. She had strong faith in the Lord and loved the Lord very much. She loved reading and studying the Bible. She had a special spiritual sister, Reverend Sister Priscilla Taylor, who often visited the church with her, and they studied the Bible together. They attended my sister's Keeper Learning Academy and received a certificate of graduation in biblical studies. Her favorite scripture was Matthew 6:33, to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. She had a special saying that she would say whenever she would be going through something. It was, God's going to fix it. She knew she didn't have to worry about it. She would say, God's going to fix it. Sister Tony also had a great sense of humor. She would always say something to make you laugh and then share a testimony with you. She loved music, and it was said that she had a really beautiful singing voice, Although she did not want to sing in the choirs, two of her favorite songs was Lord, I Thank You for My Life and I Don't Know About Tomorrow. Sister Tony was also a member of our senior citizen group. She also enjoyed the annual Senior Sisters Christmas parties. Life is but a stopping place. A pause is what's to be. A resting place along the road to sweet eternity. We all have different journeys, different paths along the way. We all were meant to learn some things, but never meant to stay. Our destination is a place far greater than we know. For some, the journey is quicker. For some, the journey is slow. And when the journey finally ends, we'll claim a great reward and find the everlasting peace together with the Lord. Done by the Order of the Baptized Pentecostal Church of Holiness in Louisville, Kentucky, Pastor Bishop Walter Jones Jr., Trustee Margaret and Northern Secretary.
Thank you.